Hey there folks, I am doing another little vlog video because I guess there's some new challenge going around based on the Inside Out movie, which is excellent by the way, go see it. But yeah, it's called the 5 Emotions Challenge. I was nominated by Skyfer, so if you want to take a second to go right here, I think, somewhere in there, and check out his channel, and then come back here, that's fine, but he's great, so, you know, check him out. I'm just going to keep pointing here until you do it, so do it. Anyway, so he nominated me for this challenge, and I thought I'd just knock it out real quick. So basically the idea is you share what those 5 emotions mean to you. They're happy, or no, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. So yeah, here's my 5 emotions. Starting with joy. To me, joy is kind of an overarching emotion for me. I'm not a terribly emotional person, so I tend to just kind of stay in like 1 or 2 states of emotion. So the main one is joy. I'm a pretty happy person, I try to be anyway. But probably the main things that make me joyful would be family, friends, you guys, you know, YouTube in general. This has been amazing for me, and it really has helped my mental state and my emotional state. Not a lot of things actually make me as happy as this does. My girlfriend, obviously, that kind of goes without saying, I think. If you know who she is, you know she's great. But yeah, all of those things kind of make up my joy bubble, I guess you could say. Nothing too exciting. And of course, you know, the cats. This little guy here. My cats always make me happy. So, thank you for that, little buddy. Oh, okay. Get your tail out of here. If you don't want to be in this video. That's about all I have to say for joy. So, we'll move on to anger. I'm going to kind of do them in my own order as I think of them. It's fine. So, anger. I tend to also be kind of an angry person. I know that's like the 2 polar opposites of each other, but it happens. I get angry at a lot of little things, like just petty stuff that I really shouldn't get angry about, but I'm kind of not an OCD person, but I like things the way they are, and so when they're not, it kind of makes me angry, but I don't think that's really substantial. Probably the main thing that makes me angry is like indecision, or when things change, I guess I should say. Like I'm really big on, if I make a plan, I want to stick to it, and I expect other people to also. If it gets to the day of the event and everyone's like, oh, I totally forgot that was happening, like that really makes me mad because, you know, I remembered, had just assumed that the event would go as planned, and if it doesn't, it kind of makes it hard for me to trust you or, you know, whoever it is again. And same goes with, like, you know, if I'm expecting to go to something and it gets canceled at the last minute, and then like my whole evening is free because, you know, I wasn't told of this in advance, so I didn't have any way to prepare myself. To me, like, people and the things that we do together are important, and so when they're not as important to the other person, like when they're not remembered, I don't know, that's just a big deal to me. Yeah, sorry, anger's not that exciting, but like I said, it's mostly petty stuff, so there's not really any point in touching on it. But, yeah, so we'll go on to fear. I'm afraid of a lot of things, but fear doesn't really control my life that well. I tend to just kind of, like, go out, like, if we're, you know, out, like I love going in caves, for example. So if I'm in a cave, I'll just, like, wander around without even thinking that it might be dangerous. That's not a big deal to me, but you are noisy, sir. As a kid, I was really afraid of the dark, and I haven't quite gotten over that. Like, I don't really like being by myself at night because... Stop! I don't really like being by myself at night because it just, I don't know, it creeps me out. For those of you that don't know, I was robbed about 1.5 years ago. They took, like, all my gaming systems, my laptop, my tablet, like a bunch of stuff, about $2,000 worth of electronics. And that was while I was asleep. Like, on the other side of my bedroom wall was all my stuff and I woke up to find it gone. I didn't even know. So there's always that kind of thing of like being alone at night, like what if something like that happens again? It kind of scares me. So it's not that I'm afraid of the dark so much as just like maybe fear of the unknown, you know, not knowing what's out there. I'm also afraid of clowns, but I think I've touched on that before and it's not that big a deal. But the main one is just, you know, fear of something happening when it's outside of my control. I'm going to do sadness because I didn't want to leave that one for last because it's sad, obviously. But my sadness is loss. As a kid, I went through a lot of friends. Like, it seems like every year I would get to know someone, and then at the end of the school year, they would move or something. And that was a real big deal to me growing up. I didn't get that close to people. And now I have some friends that I've known for close to 15 years. And that's amazing. But, like, I would be so afraid to lose them. I've also had a lot of dreams in the past of like losing my mom, and I mean, you know, I'm sure you all know by now that she's really important to me, and so that would be very scary to me. I guess that's also kind of a fear too, is fear of loss, but it's mostly sad because fear leads to sadness. It's something else Yoda related, but also a few years ago I lost my grandma. And that was a big deal because I was born on her birthday. So, you know, every year, like, my birthday was her birthday. Like, we shared that. It was kind of a bond between us. And our last birthday together was my 22nd. And she died soon after my 23rd. Or our 23rd, I should say. And so ever since then, my birthday just hasn't felt the same. I kind of associate it with sadness. And so, like, I don't know, the last few years have been kind of hard without her, but that one day a year is very hard. And so it kind of sucks, you know, associating like a day of happiness and like, you know, completing another year of life, associating that with sadness and death. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that anymore, but yeah, I don't like loss. If I could never lose another person again, I would have a lot more joy. Let's just say that. Yeah, anyway, Disgust is the last one. And this one's kind of confusing because in the movie she just kind of like embodies like, you know, things that are gross, like broccoli, things like that. Kind of that teen angsty stage of like, ew, I don't want to be close to my parents, that's gross, like that kind of disgust. But a lot of people have been taking it as like kind of an extreme anger, like hatred. So I'm not really sure how to play this one, but I'm going to do it as more of a hatred thing, because the big Supreme Court decisions recently, of course, kind of fuel this one. But my disgust is bigotry. I hate closed-minded, you know, bigots, basically. I live in, you know, Midwest Missouri, so there's a lot of it, unfortunately. But I don't get a lot of it in my life. In my life, I've pretty much gotten rid of all of that stuff. If you are closed-minded, if you don't, you know, accept people for who they are, no, you're not going to be in my life. Like, that's not okay to me. Like that pastor that said he was going to set himself on fire if gays could get married. I really hope he does that. Like, that would be great to me. Because the more of those people that, you know, leave, that just get out of this life and this world, they keep saying they're going to move, but they really can't because there's nowhere they can go, that this isn't going to be legal, and they're still going to be able to have their life. So that's why I just say, you know, get out. The fewer of those people we had, the better this world would be. They can say that, you know, this world's going to hell or whatever, but no, it's getting better. Bigotry is what's making it worse. Like, these people that have such backwards opinions, it just makes me laugh. Like, they're stupid, and I have no reason to, you know, acknowledge their opinion as realistic. So, I just find it funny. They are literally a joke. So, that's my joy, my anger, or, yeah, anger. I forgot them already. joy, anger, sadness, fear, and disgust. Yeah. So I hope you learned a little bit about me, maybe that you didn't already know. As far as my nominations go, I haven't seen too many other people do this, so I hope I'm not doing any repeats here, but I should have thought of these beforehand. For this challenge, I nominate Drunk Mike, Azure Raiden, Gyrodactyl, and Zenvious. Enjoy. I had fun with this. It was kind of fun just like come up with them on the spot. I didn't write anything down. I had ideas, but I didn't write anything down. So yeah, have fun with it, and hope to see it soon.